Okay, this week's table for 3 is Natalya, Tamina, and Charlotte, who I guess they mentioned are all third-generation women competitors. They're number 1, 2, and 3. This one is 21 minutes, which actually ties it for the shortest one. WWE is also 21 minutes. However, I think one of the longest ones was the Diva Ledge, which was 27 minutes. This is predominantly Natalya talking. Tamina gets very, very little dialogue time. Did I know that she is a mother, and that she's pretty much the only Polynesian woman to wrestle in the WWE. Those are 2 pretty huge things to drop off right there. And I was like, all right. I am glad that Natalya brought up that it was hard for her to get into the industry. At the time, she was, she doesn't look like the girls during the Attitude Era, when they were all models. She spent years trying to get in, and it was hard. I've often wondered if, I've never met Natalya. I think she'd be an awesome person to have a sit down talk with. I missed her time in Shimmer. And when I stopped going, I missed the Paige and Becky Lynch era too. Awesome. But it did seem like that she had this really great wrestling family. And it's a double-edged sword. And I was like, okay. Interesting hearing her complain about how hard it was to get into the business. And how she watches now, she's like, I'm in the back. I would love to be in that ring in wrestling. She does a good job putting over everyone else she's talking with. I do think that I would love to have seen Tamina do a little run in NXT. I think that could do some real wonders for her. I don't think she gets enough ring time to really truly develop more of her style. I think if they had her hoss it up like Nikki, instead of doing the Samoan moveset being a woman. It was interesting hearing Charlotte, who was always athletic, was made fun of because she's toned. She's a big woman. Not like Beth Phoenix big. She's a big woman and she's built. She's jacked. We're like, oh, I always be like, you like your dad. Yeah. I look like my dad. People tend to look like their dads. I mean, that's not a bizarre thing. She was very athletic, and then she's in a bad relationship to a guy who's, I guess, not wrestling in TNA, unless you're watching the stuff on YouTube, which was filmed back in like July, that he is in TNA. And one day she's, her brother Reed, may he rest in peace, was like, we should totally go to Tampa. You're just a personal trainer right now, so why is she in shape? That's what she did for a living. She's like, I know how to put on makeup. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And it's weird that the ones who are very athletic are like, I didn't know how to do the girly stuff. And some of the girly ones are like, I didn't know the athletic stuff. So it's really interesting to hear, lots of great conversations. A lot of it is Natalya talking about things that happened. Tamina mentioned, her first big feud when the Usos showed up was against Hart Dynasty. So one of her first big main feuds on the main roster was Natalya. Charlotte's big first match on the main roster, Natalya. Charlotte's making match, Natalya. So you see a lot of things also kind of funnel back to Natalya. So I guess she was the true genesis of the Divas Revolution. But interesting watch. I would probably say the rest of them have all been just fantastic. This one is, I think if it's gone a little bit longer, and you would have heard a little more from Tamina, a little more from Charlotte, this one could have been really good. But they also don't have a lot of stories to tell about each other. So it's more about their struggles and what it takes to be a diva on the roster right now. So it was the difficulties to try to really get into it when they were all the Playboy playmates. So a very interesting watch.